Hey guys, Global Girl here. So this is October and I have this month's subscription box reveal. I know you guys have been super excited to see what we were going to have this month and kind of where we had taken a journey, but I did give you some clues because I kind of did a little blog on someone special, and it was even including a trip that we may be hosting coming up soon. So I hope this information about the box and the trip that's upcoming is really exciting to you. I know it's been exciting to me. And so I want to go ahead and do the reveal, and guess what? It is Cuba. So everybody has probably gotten their boxes by now. I want to thank you all for participating every single month and being a subscriber to know where the next box is coming from and to enjoy all those goodies that we bring back from the entrepreneurs that we find in those countries. Your support means so much to the people who are making these products, and it means more to our community here because we're spending money with marketing, but then also for them, it's increasing the livelihood that they have for them and their families. So we all thank you very much. The next months ahead we have so much going on that it's hard to even kind of fathom how much Global Girl has grown in just the last couple of months, not to mention since February of last year. So let's go ahead and get started and open up this month's box. I am actually sitting out at the lake today and thought that I would have a little bit of tropical scenery to kind of show you this. So let's just dig in. And the first thing that you're going to see when you open this month's box is the educational tour for Cuba. So I'm not sure how many of you guys have read the blog, but I went to Cuba in August of last year, and I've been thinking about Havana ever since. You know, every time I hear the song on the radio, I want to dance, and it's just been, you know, it's almost been like a year and a half now, so I think it's time to go back. So if you'll look at that last blog that we put out, you'll see that there is so much to offer. There's so many things. There's a lot of curiosity around the fact that you cannot travel to Cuba unless you have an educational visa. So the trip that we're including you in is going to be going on, we haven't set a date yet, so we want to make sure that we have dates that are accommodating everybody after the holiday. So it's probably going to be January or February coming up of 2019. But the thing that we wanted to really focus on was women entrepreneurship. So you may know that there are several components to Global Girl Life, but one of those things is the microfinance program that I have, where I sponsor women in other countries when they're developing their products and help them get off the ground with marketing and promotion. And of course you're a super important part of that because you're helping those women. You're by purchasing their goods and appreciating them and passing on the information, which in turn refers them back to our site to buy more items. And so we had a huge release for the Global Girl gift shop that is now up and running, and there's only a few items on there for right now, but you will find that in this box there are even more goodies to kind of take you to the shop and give you a little bit of discount. So I'm excited to share that with you as well. I'm getting tongue-tied because I'm so excited about all the different components that this box represents. So you will see a blog that came out last week. I'll probably go ahead and resend that to you, but Shayla Paz is an entertainer, she's an artist, she's a photographer, and she's also a tour guide, and she is actually a native to Cuba. And she'll be leading the tours that we take over the next couple of years, including the first one that will be in 2019. So you'll see a little brochure about what to expect, and we will help you cover all of the information you need to get your passport, visa, and if you've already have a passport, it's going to be super easy for you. The airline, we have a discount for that as well, and of course Shayla is the ultimate guide, and she will be, sorry about the plane overhead, Global Girl Travels, right? So you'll find this little brochure in there, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Of course, you know how to reach me, Shannon@globalgirl.life, and of course you can find me on the website as well. Now to dig in, you will next find so many great things, but I think that what you will be really thrilled to know, and only those who are viewing this video are going to get this in person, the others will have gotten it in an email, but you'll find a $10 off coupon for a $15 item or more at the globalgirl.life /shop. globalgirl.life /shop. you will find all the goodies that we are selling in the box, unless they're sold out, of course. And you'll get $10 off a $15 item, and I'm gonna go ahead and include for you only free shipping. So there is a code on the card, and if you wanna use that code, that will get you there. Some items may include the free shipping and some may not. I feel like I have covered most of those, so just let me know if you have any questions about that. Super exciting. All right, so if we dig in, I'll show you what the box looks like in case you guys are new subscribers and you haven't seen yet, or you want to be and you're not quite sure what's in here. So you'll always find a note card written by me, and this is one of my favorite parts. And so I do try, if you give me your information, for me to look you up. I love that. I love the engagement and the communication between us. It helps me know what you want, and so when I'm out searching, I can find the special items for you. So you'll always see a little note in here on how to get in touch with me and share your information with me as well. So that's the first thing you'll see. And of course, Havana and all the other parts of Cuba, which honestly, I've only been to 3 parts of Cuba, so I'm really looking forward to the tour because it includes 3 different parts of the island itself, and the country is absolutely breathtaking. There are so many activities, but it is also, gonna go ahead and give you a heads up, if you go in August, it is so humid. You have to drink lots of water. And then let's dig in, because the next thing is always, I try to include a source of caffeine. The wonderful country of Cuba is known for Cuban style coffee, and so I have included this little guy, and you'll really enjoy this. There's actually a recipe on the back on how to make the cafe con leche, which I loved while I was there. Got me going every day, and on the back of this you'll see that little recipe that all the Cubans use to make the coffee extra special. And the next item, I had so much fun. So there's actually a little art district, which I'll share for you in the next blog, because there's going to be a super detailed blog that comes out about the trip to Cuba and what's there, what to expect, all the fun stuff, and lots of exciting pictures. But this little guy is called a Cocoa Taxi. And the Cocoa Taxi was created about 5 years ago in Havana, and it was used as a source of transportation for tourists. So a lot of people would get into a taxi cab and they're kind of riding around, but Havana is so close. The community is walking distance. There's so much you can do. I walked through Havana for 3 days and never got enough. It was so interesting, all the little shops. The Cocoa Taxi is actually, a driver drives it and 2 people can sit in the back. And it's open air, so you get to really experience the city going through that, and you can kind of hop out and hop in like you could if you were on a moped, but it's a convenience of kind of like a little rickshaw, but you don't have to do any work. You just sit in the back and the guy drives. So this is actually made from coconut, and it's carved out. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I will be selling a couple of these that I have left on the website as well. And these make great toys. So I have one sitting on on the shelf in my living room. But I think I also brought them back for my nieces and my nephew, because they love all the toys that I bring back from different countries, and the handbags and all the great stuff, because they're little global girls, right? Even my nephew enjoys some of the things I bring back, not always, but sometimes. They're probably mostly female oriented, so. The next thing that's in here, and I really want to tell you about doing business in other countries and being an importer. It is so much fun, and I know a lot of times on Instagram and Facebook, and even on some of the websites, we're so excited to share all the different things that we do when we travel, but we don't really tell about the hardships, because it's no fun to remember those things and relive them. But I really want to kind of be open and honest about everything that I do, and sometimes I do forget how hard things are if some time passes. But this particular box, putting it together, was a really big deal for that, because I did run into some hardships. I didn't actually acquire the products. I hadn't even started my company at that point. So in August of last year, I was still working my 9-to-5 job, and I just went to Cuba for a vacation. I had no idea that I was going to fall in love with, travel this much, or talking to entrepreneurs that were there. And I really just went as a vacationer, as a tourist. I met some friends down there from DC, and we kind of roamed around. We stayed in a local neighborhood in an Airbnb, which was actually with one of our friends from an old job that I had at Vanderbilt University, where I helped international students that were mid-career level find and acclimate find their homes and acclimate to Nashville for 10 months while they studied at Vanderbilt University. And I taught social media and things like that there. And I helped them really kind of get saturated in the culture of Nashville, which you know is my favorite thing to do, is to bring people here and also to go meet people in their homes as well, whatever country that might be. And so when I went to put this box together, I had to source, but the thing about it that you're going to find is I'm bringing things to you that are so unique that you can't find them on the internet, most of them. I mean, sometimes the coffee or things like that you might be able to find through Amazon, but you're not really going to be able to get the brands that I'm finding and also the products. Some of these entrepreneurs are literally on the street as street vendors, or they're on the beach selling their wares. And so you have to actually go there to get the best price and also find the most unique products. And that's where the adventure comes in, and why I actually do travel, is to bring you those great things. And saying that, you know, we have a couple of items in here that were really hard to come by. And upon, you know, just kind of peeking at them, they may not seem like a really big deal, and they may seem like you can kind of find them anywhere, but you can't. You can only find them in Havana. This one is a handmade bracelet, and I'm not sure how well you can see it, but it is actually made of bone. And these are things that they find, you know, right there in their communities they can work with. And I'm not sure how much you know about Cuba, but it's a very poor country. You know, they're doing their very best to accelerate the growth and the economic well-being of the population. And there's entrepreneurship everywhere. I mean, even the paladars, which are actually little restaurants that are in someone's home, you get to go in and have a home-cooked meal, but it's actually in a little kind of area in their front yard, like a courtyard, and they're just serving you from their kitchen. So it's things like that that are really grassroots, which makes this bracelet and things like it so special. So this is fishing line that has been wound and woven into 3 or 4 strands, and they've coated it with candle wax and then put little beads on that are made of bone. So this is an all-natural product straight from Cuba. And because I couldn't get them after I returned, I had such a hard time reaching the people that I had gotten their numbers. Shayla was so nice that she had sent several people down there with the mission of finding the things that I thought were amazing when I was there. And we were only able to secure about half of them. So when I go back, I'm going to definitely get some of those nicer pieces that I had when I was there the first time, one of which they take the coffee beans and they ground them up and they make art from that. And so I'm really looking forward to being able to find that again for you, but I wasn't able to include it this time. So in the coconut taxi that's made from the coconut itself, they're harvesting those coconuts and then making use of all the different parts of the coconut. The inside they're using for milk products, the leche, in desserts, or that they're using in their coffee. And then the outside they're using the husk for different things like bracelets, when they have woven some of those into bracelets. And then the shell itself is being used for cups and bowls and candle holders and cocoa taxis. So they're really resourceful as a culture and have gone through so many things. The other thing I like about Cuba is the influence of all the other countries that have occupied or have visited there. There are so many people there. The biggest effect that it had on me was that it wasn't just diverse as far as the communities with the people living inside each individual area, it was the inclusion. And so everybody lived together peacefully in an area where here in Tennessee, where I'm from, in Nashville, that doesn't always happen. That it's still a lot of separated neighborhoods. I mean, I grew up in Nashville, but I'm from New York, and I'm Italian. And so in New York, it was really, it was fun and cool, but it was very segregated. So the Italians lived in one section, the Polish lived in another section, you know, Irish lived in another section in a different neighborhood. And so it's really cool to kind of go to a place where it seems everybody is equal and everybody's getting along, and they're just inclusive in all the activities, playing basketball down the street or dancing in a club. And so I really enjoyed that part of the community that I was staying in. And the next thing I have is a necklace that is made out of wood beads and fishing line as well. And so you can kind of see, this could be for a girl or for a guy, and it is just a really cool, nice brown beaded necklace, handmade. I'm going to take a picture and show this to you too. And this one is a little piece of leather that it's so intricate. I'm not sure how if you can see it from there. But this is a souvenir. It's just a little keychain that was picked up, and it has the burn in it that somebody's taken a fine utensil and kind of burned in the word Cuba across the bottom and the top, and has been treated so that you can use that for a keychain and carry it with you to remember where your box came from. Last but not least, I have a beautiful, beautiful photograph of the Capitol in Havana. And this is a print that Shayla actually took this when she was there on one of her trips, and she has actually signed it for you with love. And you can, I'm not sure how well you can see that, but this would be a great little picture to frame and talk to your friends about when you book that next trip, when we have that in January or February of 2019. So super exciting things. You have an original photograph. She's also selling the larger prints on her website, and I'll be sure to put the link below so that you can kind of check that out. Another one of the prints, I wanted to share more than one with you because she has several to choose from. I was actually here on this street in Old Havana, and I had a cocktail at this little place right here, which was kind of amazing. And I'll be sure to share that picture with you too, because I was surprised that, you know, Hendrick's Gin is my favorite drink of all time. They actually had that there, but they did it with a flair. So it was pretty awesome to see that we could go someplace and still have the comforts of home. But if not, they had the most amazing rum. I'm not a big rum drinker, but they had the most amazing rum and so many other things to try, and I'll share those with you in a later video as well. Of course, you know, I always include the little gift card in case you'd like to share some of these items, which I think you will, because I think there's some youngsters in your life that may enjoy some of these things. And Havana is always ready for new visitors, so I hope that you'll join me on that trip. And if you'd like to know more, please shoot me an email if I don't get the information to you soon enough. If you're a subscriber to my newsletter, which you can go to, if you're not, you can go to www.globalgirl.life/get-in-touch. So get in touch. Hit that up on my website. There's now a travel page where you can get travel insurance, learn about visas and passports. And I'm really trying to expand the website so that you can get the full effect of everything that Global Girl Life has to offer. If we don't have something up there, please let me know, because I'm always want to please you and make sure that this is a one-stop shop for everything that you need. So that's the box from Cuba. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I can't wait for you to see what's coming up next in the months ahead. I have some really exciting news. I'm going to go ahead and give you a little sneak, but I'm going to Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam, and so I think you'll know where some of those boxes are coming from. It's going to be the trip of a lifetime for me. I've been saving for a very long time to be able to take this trip, and I'm super excited to be able to share that with you, along with the journey of the pros and cons and everything to do and not do while you're gone. And as always, I appreciate you so much, and I hope that you will visit me at the website, on Facebook, and on Instagram. Global Girl Life. See you later.